Welcome to episode 844 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, December 28th, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, and I'm Will. Wes, you know where he's at. He's got
another Monday wedding.
He's tied up, so he's not with us today. Yeah.
You get the sense that Wes sends video evidence or photo evidence when he's doing a wedding on a weekday because it's so unbelievable that it's happening.
Yes. Yeah,
I do too.
I think those are stock footage. Yeah, I bet if you showed up to that venue, no one's there.
No one's there, right?
It's interesting. It seems like around the holidays, people feel like a Monday wedding is way more acceptable. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm gathering from his,
people have
recent
off work
schedule. I
guess you can like.
Yeah, but I would estimate. So we talked about this on the Hive Hour, patreon.com/hardfactor. I think about 50% of Americans have off. I'd say in the corporate world, about 50% of Americans have off this full week. Either they're given it by their office or they just have extra PTO and they take it this week. That's based on my experience working
like half and
in
half.
Corporate. And then outside of corporate, it's probably less than half because you're talking about like restaurant work, retail, other like
if you're in the service industry,
construction
or like
work, service,
yeah,
people
you're
need
working
their trash picked up. People need their things cleaned. Those jobs, more like 75% are probably working. So.
It's also shotgun wedding season. A lot of people don't know that, but the holidays, right?
Lots of love in the air, yeah.
Well, also
Emotions
just like there's a family get together, so a lot of times a parent, a father will say,
"Let's get it done."
Yeah,
people are like pregnant and they're going to see each other for the holidays. They might.
I see that belly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see that belly. You're going to hop over this stick right now.
You better get a Monday wedding going.
Speaking of right now, today we got some Russian cream in the coffee, boys. Oh. You'll find out what that means a little bit later.
Going after the coffee with a long, in-depth story of an Italian family, and that's why I'm wearing this brand new Christmas present, luckily. This Adidas tracksuit.
Oh,
Red.
Nice. Yeah. Yes.
Mark.
It's a lovely tracksuit.
Hell yeah.
I would say.
Pat's got one too.
A striking red.
Oh, man, I've got all of them.
Pat and I could go hang out and look like we're in a fucking gang.
I keep collecting Adidas tracksuits. I've been doing it since I was 16.
It's so fun.
I have about 14 of them now, and there's no occasion to wear them, really. Because every day,
man, I feel so awesome in this stuff. But
I mean, with this job, you can wear it every day. I like how fired up Mark is. He's so fired up about this tracksuit. He's like, I mean, like he's showing
it's giving
it
me
off.
a different persona.
It's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk to 7-Eleven in it a lot. I'm gonna be in 7-Eleven in it a lot.
There's nothing better than an out of shape guy in a tracksuit.
Oh, it's
because it lets you know he's a driver.
The confidence.
He's a driver.
It's a driver's suit is really what it is. It's I drive for a guy. I do have a driver too.
We got a driver in my story.
Yeah, I bet we do. I have one of the best TikToks of the year, to be honest with you.
Nice.
Probably definitely the best international story that I've come across this year.
Hell yeah.
So I'm really excited to get to it.
Very good.
Awesome.
Back of the show, so stay tuned.
Let's do the news man.
Let's do the news. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, and trending news. But first, a fun fact. In today's fun fact, I've prepared a PowerPoint of how my holidays are going, and I'd like to share that with everybody now. Sorry.
No,
I'm just kidding.
You're making fun of Pat's PowerPoint last night.
Yeah.
I didn't get graphics together.
You got graphic. I don't know if you got graphics together.
It was just verbal.
Today's fun fact is actually from listener Dennis McElhone in the Hardo Hive. Thank you, Dennis. And it's that the IRS expects you to report stolen property on your taxes and also illegal earnings from dealing drugs and other illicit acts. So
that's a trap.
Word to the wise.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah. They expect you to put it on there, so you better, you criminals.
Under other, write in what the earnings are for. Dealing drugs, stealing property. Yeah,
that's so stupid.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, well, it doesn't.
The IRS.
I mean, but I guess the question
is,
many
say taxation is theft, Pat.
Who would you rather be in trouble with, the IRS or the regular law, Johnny Law? Because IRS is Treasury Department, and Johnny Law is DOJ.
They both fucking suck.
They both are
to
terrible.
Be in trouble with.
IRS is federal, so they get theirs.
Mm-hmm. So is the FBI, DOJ.
Well, okay, but that's not regular law. That's FBI. I'd rather IRS than FBI, but I'd probably rather local law and work out a
just leave us all alone.
Leave us alone. How about you leave us alone?
Man,
all
I
three
just,
suck.
yeah, I just wish they'd be like,
To be in trouble with.
If someone came to me and was like, "This is how much you owe," that would be a lot easier.
Oh, the worst is that letter from the IRS. Hey, here's a bunch of money, $1,000 bucks.
When you get
whatever.
that letter, by the way, Will, rich people
worst.
taught me this. So, some rich buddies of mine taught me this one time. I screwed up on my taxes. I got hit with like an extra $3,000 I didn't have. Bill from the IRS. They said
they hit me with 7 one year.
They said, "I'll tell you what you do. Just write them a letter and say no." And see. What
I should have done that.
And you know what
said
happened?
They paid the $7,000
They sent me a bill back. Said, "All right, $1,500."
Shut up.
Swear to God,
should have done that.
It's a rich people thing. I didn't know.
It's a big pushover.
You can barter with them.
Yeah, you definitely at least buy yourself time. That's
like what you do with tolls. Like you call them, you're like, no, I didn't do that, and they're like, all right, what if we knock off a few tolls? And you're like, okay,
right? Taxes is weird. This year.
Maybe you didn't cross this toll on the.
How about I say you didn't drive on Wednesdays and Thursdays?
Yeah, taxes is going to be an experience in 2022 doing 2021's taxes because
it makes me
Elon's paying the full share. It's crazy. It's a crazy time. Crazy time. All right. December 28th, holidays. National Card Playing Day, National Chocolate Candy Day, National Download Day, and National Short Film Days. Also Pledge Allegiance Day and Call a Friend Day, because all you've been doing is downloading poker apps and watching sad short films while slamming chocolate candies all day. So you got to call a friend.
I love that there's a National Short Film Day, because I'll be honest with you. Short film, great art form, not monetizable really.
Weird day.
Now they are, but they didn't used to be forever.
We've done a bunch of short films.
I know, but forever.
We're near and dear to it. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, short films for the most part.
They put short films on the right day.
I got a question. What's up with Pledge of Allegiance Day? Isn't like barely anyone in class? What's up with that? What's up with just?
It's all weird, Mark. It's all weird. Why is chocolate candy on December 28th?
Remember when we had to pledge allegiance in school? That was weird.
Short film. I mean, it's a weird day. Weird day. Moving on.
Yeah.
Today in history, December 28th. Again, not a ton. December 28th, pretty unnotable. Westminster Abbey in London was opened, consecrated in 1065. That's an old church. Anything about that? It's pretty old.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, old ass church. Spain recognized Mexico's independence in 1863, December 28th. In 1860, Harriet Tubman retired from the Underground Railroad after 8 years of freeing slaves without being captured on December 28th. Pretty good.
What a legend.
And in 1908, sadly, an earthquake struck Messina, Italy, killing nearly 80,000 on December 28th.
Mamma mia.
Man.
Yeah.
Earthquakes, man.
Not good.
This is a bad day for Italians in the show. Fair warning.
Really? Oh, no.
Yeah.
It can't get worse than the earthquake at Messina, but yeah.
Apologies to the Borghi family.
This one's going to be more fresh, what we talk about today.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, some bright spots in there. Mexico, Harriet Tubman, nice. Westminster
She retired.
Abbey.
I didn't know that. I mean, she deserved it. Take a couple years off, Harriet.
Got to be a hard job.
I think she was getting old. She probably didn't. Oh, it's stressful. Every day is stressful. You could get killed if captured.
But rewarding, and also
very rewarding. Every day is very rewarding. High risk, high reward. She probably groomed someone to like take over, right? Like that's my guess.
I think it was a network. I think that's how it worked.
Yes, exactly.
It was kind of like a
not a lot of people know
a group effort.
Actual railroad.
No,
many don't know. But yes, just a collection of hiding spots. All right, moving it on to the trending news. Honorable mentions. Rest in peace to director of Dallas Buyers Club, Jean-Marc Vallée of Quebec City. Thoughts and prayers to friends and family of his. He was only 58.
No, what happened?
I'm just kidding. Oh,
they just said Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah, they just said that he passed away unexpectedly in his cabin in Quebec City.
Movie.
Crazy movie, right? Man.
Awesome
really good movie.
Oh, Jared Leto got so thin. So did McConaughey, but
so did McConaughey. Both.
They got
Oscar role, bro.
They were great in that movie.
Good roles.
My favorite line is when Leto's like hammered and they introduce him. He goes, "Hi, I'm Rayon."
Yeah, great one. Rayon's a great character.
Rayon was hilarious.
Well, so was McConaughey. So it was a great movie. Also, rest in peace to Sarah Weddington, the lawyer who won Roe versus Wade before the Supreme Court back when she was 26. She passed away at 76.
Good time for her to die. You know what I mean? I would want to.
Yeah. While it's still around,
coming down the pike.
She's getting out of here.
Get her and Ruth Bader out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amy Coney Barrett's making her sweat.
They better get ready to roll over.
They were destroying newspapers every time, like she was going out to get the newspaper. They're distracting her and destroying her. Yeah,
hide from grandma. R.I.P. To Sarah, also to Jean-Marc. And then last honorable mention. More Batman trailers dropping. Didn't watch this most recent one, but I mean, like, how many Batman trailers are there going to be? You know, I don't even know.
At this point, have we seen half the movie?
March. There's been like 10 trailers. I'm getting trailer fatigue with Batman. I'll be honest with you.
Same. Good call.
I checked out of the superhero shit such a long time ago, man.
But Pat,
Batman's tight though. Batman's tight. It's different.
What about Star Wars, Pat? Is there any part of you?
Checked out, man.
Okay. Boba Fett starts streaming on Wednesday.
I'm into that.
I'll try it. I mean, I love Jon Favreau. I liked. Yeah. I tried to get into the Mandalorian.
Oh, the Mandalorian's so good.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It's so good.
I liked it a lot.
It's all right, baby. I'd like to see Yoda. Baby is a great meme. Little joke have with me and my lady.
Well, nice. You know that there's going to be some sort of cute thing in Boba Fett too. They struck gold with Baby Yoda.
Yeah, so in the bounty hunter show.
Yeah, there's going to be some cute thing in the bounty hunter show.
Dwayne Jr.
For sure.
That's
awesome.
Dog's
son's name? Dog the bounty hunter's kid. Liam or Youngblood. What was his name?
Pup. No. I said Pup.
Oh, Pup.
Yeah.
Pup the bounty hunter.
Get it.
Pup the bounty hunter.
Boba Fett night, boys.
Boba Fett's one of the coolest characters in the Star Wars.
Yeah,
you know?
It'll be good. Those trailers look good. They did it correctly with Boba Fett. They didn't do the Batman thing, and then 2 months later the Batman thing, and then 2 months later the Batman thing. Like they just started giving you Boba Fett heavy, like in the past 2 weeks, and it's coming out. So I'm into it.
Starts streaming Wednesday. Batman. I mean, it's another trailer. At this point, like I said, I don't know if I'm even going to see the trailer, much less the movie at this point.
Did you guys check episode 3 of 1883 out?
No, but I need to. I need to. Is it Paramount Plus, Pat? I got to get an account.
I'll give you my loggies.
Nice.
There you go.
I'll get that from you. All right, moving on. Number 3 on a call.
Reported as stolen property to the IRS when you take it. Will.
Oh yeah, I got to report that income.
It's a gift.
Thank you. Good reminder. Thank you. Number 3 on a call with the U.S. governors on Monday, President Joe Biden admitted he fucked up on not planning for more COVID testing this winter. The flight cancellations that we talked about on yesterday's podcast and waiting periods for people to stay home after COVID exposure are jacking up businesses all over the country this holiday season, especially this week. So if you've been going around seeing like places are closed and shit, it's not just you, it's everywhere.
The flight thing's sad and scary. My in-laws left Monday morning, that early flight.
It's scary because you maybe couldn't get your in-laws out the door.
Right, if you're hosting or if you're stuck somewhere.
They literally almost didn't though. Their flight got canceled overnight. Like they checked it before it went to bed and they had an early flight. Got canceled overnight.
Mark's staying up late. Checking it.
Hey. I had a great time with the in-laws.
I know. I'm saying most of America is probably
of course, but yeah, you're refreshing the feed.
My wife had to
flight status.
Yeah. My wife took him to the airport at like fucking 3:30 or 4 in the morning, like really early. And I was like, "You good? Are you gonna be able to drive home and not like fall asleep at the wheel?" She's like, "Yes." I was like, "Okay, I'm going back to bed." And their flight got canceled between like midnight and 3 a.m. So they went and they were able to get a flight at like 7:30 or 8 a.m. a couple hours later. But I mean, that's like flights are getting canceled.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I was watching the world news on ABC like before the show, and they were interviewing people that have just been in the airport for like days, like they just missed Christmas.
Yeah, it's madness. It's madness, and it really stinks too because this new Omicron variant seems like it's lighter. Maybe especially for vaccinated. I don't know.
So contagious. Well, the kids are all getting hospitalized because they're not vaccinated. Apparently, so there's higher hospitalization rates for like people under 30. Or like 15, like 5 to 17.
I got you. Okay.
So like hospitalizations are still high. It's maybe not as deadly for the elderly. It seems like it's definitely not probably as deadly for the elderly, but because we're all a lot of people are vaccinated, but not kids. Like kids are like not vaccinated, so they're still getting hospitalized.
Well, hopefully those kids stay safe. But it's jacking up businesses like we're talking about. And the waiting periods to combat this have been slashed from 10 days to 5 days if you're not showing symptoms.
That's cool.
And then also those 500 million, half a billion COVID tests and the online portal, you'll be able to get them delivered to your house. President Biden announced that last Tuesday. That's coming someday, allegedly. But let's get into the quotes.
Are you thinking of selling your test, Will? You got a couple.
I don't know. I got some COVID tests sitting. They're burning a hole in my pocket.
You should sell them.
Nobody can get their hands on the things, and I've got like
I'll buy one. I'll buy one off you if you ship it to me. I'll pay for shipping.
It's a hot item. Yeah, how much you paying?
A couple tests.
$30.
Yeah, I got to go higher than that. I got to get 50 out of these things.
Well,
did you guys see the commercial for the official test of the NBA?
No.
What do they do?
Well, like, so I don't watch the NBA, so I couldn't
tell you. It takes 20
which,
minutes, right?
Which player this is, but he's like, my family's been devastated by COVID, and then he slams a dunk, and then and then he
does a windmill,
shoves a swab up his nose.
The Abbey test, probably.
Here's what it is, right? So if you get the what was the test we took, Will? The
Abbott is the dominant one.
What was the one we took from the drugstore?
Yeah, Abbott. It's like Binax or something.
Yeah, right.
But it's made by Abbott. That's the company.
So that one, it's like plastic, right? So you shove it up your nose and you dip it in a plastic
COVID lollipop
dish.
Yeah.
Right, but this NBA one, whichever it is, I'm sure it's the same thing, but it looks like a piece of hardware technology, like a gaming system.
Oh, they're dressing it up.
They're dressing it up. Is effectively what they're doing. So you jam your thing in there, and then it's like,
Pat, this is a gold rush, though.
Does it have like a lighting system?
Yeah, it's got some sort of lighting system.
Yeah,
but what did we learn from pregnancy tests? Keep it simple. Stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Dude, just one or two lines. Yeah.
The Binax one that is like 90% accurate. There's no accuracy issues. So
yeah, but these ones are sexy, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. But it's gold rush.
It's gonna be a relic, though. Will this is gonna be a relic in 10 years, 15 years? People are gonna have these. It's gonna be like the Super Mario Brothers 3 on
just like any fat or
for
gold
like 40 grand.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like it's a cash
now. Put them away.
Will's got a couple.
I got some
officially licensed by the National Basketball Association.
Hit me up. Starting price is $50 though. All right, let's dive into some of what he actually said, because things aren't, for Joe, this is bad on the test. So this is
Isn't that his whole thing? Isn't
from
his
the
whole
governors?
thing?
Yeah, it's bad and not getting better, Pat, with this one. So this is his quote from the meeting with the governors. He says, "It's not enough. It's clearly not enough. If we'd have known, we'd have gone harder, quicker if we could have. But the problem is that Vanity Fair had already published this article that said the Biden administration rejected an October proposal for free rapid tests for the holidays." So, yeah, I mean, testing experts from Harvard, the Rockefeller Foundation, and other organizations pitched the White House for the plan to expand rapid testing to average citizens on October 22nd. They've already done this in a lot of other countries, European countries and whatnot. And then they were informed, this group of, researchers, that the plan had been denied by the White House on October 25th. But then Joe told ABC last week, boy, I wish I had thought about ordering 500 million at-home tests 2 months ago. Which is funny. The exact same time the experts pitched him on doing it, and he denied the plan.
What was that Kamala Harris quote where she was essentially saying, like, we didn't see the variants coming?
Yeah. That was a bad
confusing quote. It's just a confusing.
Was it money? Was it money that they didn't do it? Or
who knows, Mark? They just denied it.
I think they probably thought that they were going to hit higher vaccination rates.
They were hoping
now just testing is their plan.
But they're hoping. They were hoping things would be better, and it wasn't. Right. And their gamble didn't pay off. So much so that the Walgreens COVID testing website was down on Monday. That trended #1 on Google. So that's a problem. Everybody's trying to get tested.
When I went to get my booster shot, people were rolling up through the drive-thru and just getting COVID testing left and right. I saw like 25 people.
Everybody needs
30-minute span. Walgreens and Austin's just people are just getting tested at Walgreens in the drive-thru.
Yeah. And then, so while that trended #1 on Google, the Walgreens COVID testing outage on Monday, hashtag No Plan Joe was trending #1 on Twitter at the same time.
You don't want that as your nickname. No Plan.
Nah. And then both of those were trending while President Biden, of course, was fleeing from D.C. to Delaware on Marine One, as is tradition. 31 total trips to Delaware from D.C. in 2021. President Biden.
It's not like it's like England. It's like a 4-minute.
At least it's close.
It's just funny.
It's pretty much Washington D.C.
31 trips is hilarious.
Put the picture back up of Trump. What is Vanity Fair doing to him or whoever it was? With the quote.
Oh, that was me. I made that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, looks like he's having an orgasm.
You made that, right? Yeah.
I searched for confused Biden.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, that's a fucked up picture.
And put the quote on there.
Because check out that Q Health from the NBA.
That's the
that
test.
does look pretty sick, actually. It's like
looks
a vape pen.
looks like an e-cigarette. Yeah.
It's an e-cig that tells you if you have COVID or not.
You can smoke it afterwards.
It tells you on your smartphone too. That's pretty badass. All right. So, yeah, anyways, not great for Joe. Moving us along to hard factors number 2, even though that one was like kind of number 1 for a lot of Monday. Number 2 for us is football, fellas.
Okay.
A brief pause during this cup of Joe to reflect that there are only 7 weeks of NFL left until the Super Bowl.
That's so many weeks of NFL left, by the way.
That is, Pat, but put this in perspective.
One of those weeks is not a game, though.
Exactly, Pro Bowl. And 2 weeks left of college bowl games before an NCAA champion is crowned. And Pat, at the same time that happens, regular season ends for the NFL. So really, it's 2 weeks
for the
of
regular season ends for the football team. Good Christ, did they get stomped? Whoa.
So I got a good buddy of mine who's about to have a baby. So we're going through that whole, like, giving him tips and stuff. And he's a music business guy too, right? So music business guys, half of them are football guys, half of them not. And the half that aren't, you want to make them football guys. So he's becoming a football guy this year.
Is he a Cowboys fan?
No, he's not. He's an LA guy.
Good time to be a Cowboys fan.
He roots for the Raiders or the Rams, right? But he knows that I'm a football team fan. So like last night, I went to bed at like fucking 9:30. But when the Cowboys were beating the football team by 45 points ish, I went to bed. And then I'm getting these texts from this guy who I know is trying to be a football guy, being like,
is that normal?
Does that catch some? No, he's like, does that catch some up the game? And I'm like, oh man, I gotta get.
He's shit talking you because the football team sucks.
He was shit talking me, but like I'm becoming a football guy kind of way, and I want
as in your team's a laughing stock kind of way.
He picked the wrong game to like ask you questions.
But I like checked out of the game. And I didn't want to be
as you should have. I think the whole football team checked out of the game pretty early on as well.
Man. What is it? The fist fight on the sidelines.
Whoops.
No, they suck, man. Get a name. Get a name.
The owner. Well, I suggested they should
nothing's good has happened since this owner owned the team. And then get a name. You don't even have a name.
Yeah. The name they have now, they should remove the word football and team from because they're good at neither of those.
No.
They can be the Washington.
Oh, moving on. Okay. Come on.
So many good players on that squad too, man. It's sad.
Okay.
Anyway.
Try to enjoy the rest of football season.
Yes.
If you're a football team fan, it's going to be pretty fucking hard.
Well, explain to me, why is there an extra week this season because they built it in for COVID potentially?
No, they got rid of a preseason game
to begin with.
They got rid of a preseason game. They voted it in last year. Preseason is usually 4 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks, and so they did an extra week.
So they just started like
from now on. There's 17
a week earlier.
So there's 17 weeks, but 16 games still,
right? Well, no. There's
18 weeks and 17 games. Usually it's 17 weeks. It's because they got rid of a preseason game. They voted to. It was a big deal,
and they moved a lot of the divisional games back.
The players were like, "Fuck this! It's not safe to have extra games." They wanted to do two. They wanted to do 2 extra games, and the players like complained, so they compromised at 1 extra game. From now on, for the foreseeable future, until the rule changes. 17 games.
Who championed that? The like what 89?
The people making
Dolphins
money
or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The Dolphins.
Yeah. More games.
Yeah. Not one undefeated teams. Yeah. 62 Dolphins.
Certainly not the players.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Number 1 today, or
the cream of the crop.
2 Dolphins. Sorry.
What year was it? What year's the Dolphins?
72.
72. Yeah.
72. Nice. All right. Well. Cream of the crop today. And thank you to interns Cam and Patricia for this one. And it's a doozy. St. Petersburg was also trending on Monday, but it wasn't about Putin like you'd expect. Now,
or the beach in Florida.
No, neither of those. Not shout out St. Pete, not St. Pete. St. Petersburg, Russia, trending on Monday. Not about Putin, not about St. Pete, Florida. This time it was about North Carolina congressional representative Madison Cawthorn and his wife that he recently announced a divorce with after only 8 months of marriage, because it turns out many people are wondering, is she a Russian agent?
They got us again. They got another one of her. They got us again.
Well, we'll see, Mark. A lot of moving parts and incomplete information in this story that's still evolving. But here's the gist. The youngest Republican representative ever, Madison Cawthorn, age 26, married a woman named Christina Bayardell on April 3rd, 2021, after announcing their engagement in 2019. So
married Nadia Real.
Christina with no H by Ardell. Christina mostly just works doing CrossFit in Florida. So she's just like super into CrossFit, and that's what she does.
I love how that's like a job now.
Profession. Yeah.
Just being fit.
She's good at it.
She's like a gig economy fitness person.
Who's going to take her spot, Pat? They got to work out harder. Yeah, they got to work out harder than her. Yeah.
I mean, it's a great job for somebody who loves to work out. But anyways, because, that's what she does for work. So when a freshman representative announced last week that the two of them were splitting up after only 8 months of marriage, there was relatively little reaction. Right. People were like, okay, whatever. Yeah. Freshman rep, CrossFit girl.
We know how many dick pics he sends. Yeah. We weren't shocked. Yeah.
Right. Alleged dick pic guy. Madison
Cawthorn. Yeah. Real quick to bring that up to speed. Allegedly, Madison Cawthorn was blasting, unsolicited dick pics all around Washington, D.C. while married.
Yeah, to college kids.
And then saying it's hard to get it up after the accident, but you did it somehow. Things like that.
Well, the marriage only lasted 8 months, Pat. So
how'd you do it? You're talented. This is a feat, honey.
You could see he wasn't really into it. Or her. They say it was mutual.
It's a miracle.
But then, guys, this video I'm about to show you resurfaced on Twitter from an interview Madison did with the Daily Caller while campaigning last year. And the whole story has been turned on its head because now people care. So.
To do that surgery. And so when I decided to do that, I said, well, doctor, let me go on one last trip just in case I'm not going to be able to ever get on an airplane again. And then, so he said, okay, and you'll be in a lot of pain. I said, it's worth it. So me and a bunch of my friends, we went to, we got to go over to, very close to Russia. Went to Sweden and Norway. And we had just an incredible vacation. It was great. I was in a lot of pain the whole time, but it was wonderful. But then we got on a boat and went into St. Petersburg in Russia. And, we just decided to take $100 each and go into a casino and see how it went. And, I ended up meeting an American there who was a captain in the Army and who was originally from Miami. And so we hit it off, created a really great relationship and stayed in contact for about a year and a half until later I was down in Miami for work. And he texted me and said, hey, would you like to come compete in a CrossFit competition?
With my American friends.
I laughed and said, well, Todd, I'm in a wheelchair. I obviously can't do CrossFit.
Come on,
and he
Todd.
said, well, just do the pull-up section. I was like, okay, sounds good. And so I show up. But anyways, it all was a sham. It was a fake CrossFit competition. He just wanted me to put me in the same room with the girl who is eventually going to become my fiance. And so we did. And her and I hit it off. And it was really... It's been a magical relationship.
She was a Russian spy.
Right.
Can we talk about some of the weird things about that? Would just I want to point before we get into exactly what it is, some of the weird things. Okay.
Yeah. No, I've got a whole list right here.
All right. Yeah. What do you got?
Number one, gambling is illegal in St. Petersburg, Russia. Oops. So how did U.S. Army Captain Todd take Representative Madison Cawthorn to the casino in St. Petersburg, Russia?
Well, because it was run. Because it was a KGB casino. Well,
there's no casinos that you could just like walk into on the street.
Well, there are if you are a government official that is about to be duped by a Russian spy.
Right. You're saying they have some sort of potentially staged event there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Number two, weird first date at a fake CrossFit competition.
Yeah. Fake. Don't even know. The first encounter with the quote American Army guy or whatever was in a fake casino. So then now they're in a fake CrossFit.
Exactly, Mark. So not only fake CrossFit competition is the first date, two probably fake things.
Was it a fake plane he got over there
in a 70-second story? Number three, worse than the first two, Cawthorn and Republicans in general are accused of being Russian sympathizers, similar to how one of my favorite representatives, Eric Swalwell from California, you remember his little fling with Fang Fang and his Democratic Party, accused of being Chinese sympathizers. So now people are very interested.
What about the Russian lady who was working for the NRA or
Maria Butina? That was another Russian one. That was that was NRA. But this is like with actual reps, so it's more interesting. I'd say Fang Fang, and then now this lady Christina.
That's a good comparison.
Right, are much more like apples and apples, and so. Because of that, people are really interested in comments like this, taking it to the internet. Madison Cawthorn commenting on his wife, Christina, wearing a USSR hat. Looks familiar.
She's not even trying to hide it.
No. Looks familiar. And that's Todd's wife right there. That's Todd's wife wearing a MAGA hat. And you see Madison on the bottom. He says, oh, I love both of those hats. Oh, Okay, that's what Madison has to say
hold
about
on,
that.
hold on. Well, you're going down the rabbit hole of why or how is she possibly a Russian spy, which is obvious, but I think you're not looking at like the more obvious context clues here. Okay, you and your boys, right? We're boys. If you listen to this show, you know what our crew of boys does. Whenever have you ever said, "Hey guys, let's kick it out on a vacation to near Russia"?
It's actually really common. Looked it up.
To go to Finland?
Yeah, it's like
describe it as
Helsinki to St. Petersburg is super common.
And then take a boat.
No, Pat, I researched it. Yeah,
okay,
no,
all right.
St. Petersburg's pretty, right? It's got all those big,
it's pretty common.
buildings.
I mean,
now, the no casinos. I couldn't
even afford to make a bachelor party in Key West. Will
but he's rich.
Yeah, Pat, these guys are funded by like PACs and stuff.
Okay. So then my second question. What's the timeline here? Because what do we know about Cawthorn? He got into his accident.
It's an overnight ferry.
We got into his accident.
Yeah, when did he get in his accident?
He got into his accident, which, by the way, he'll tell you, it'll just take him a couple minutes. It wasn't because of his service. He got into his accident, and then so he's obviously, I guess he's talking about, hey, we're going to have to give you some sort of surgery related to his
the trip was back in the day before he had gotten
How could they
surgery.
have known, right, that he was going to become the youngest history buff to ever?
So usually with rich families with good-looking kids that have ties, that have political ties for generations, there's probably an idea. He probably was hinting at it in college or whatever that he was going to run for it. And so like all it was an introduction. And then a couple years later when he was like getting involved in politics, they actually set up the meet, right?
I think the idea
they probably met like this quote U.S. Army guy probably met 700 Madison Cawthorns, and then the ones that actually panned out, those were the people you then send your Russian spy hottie to, right?
Yeah, and I think the idea would be that you would steer him into politics by getting Christina in his life.
You could do that too.
December 2020, he married Baradel. That's her last name, right? And then they had a religious ceremony April 2021.
No, December 2019, they got engaged. And April 3rd, 2021, they got married.
Okay. It says they legally married in 2020 of December. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's just his Wikipedia. But then they said that then they had the religious ceremony April 2021. I don't know.
Yeah, the marriage only lasted for 8 months according to the divorce. So I guess, I don't know.
August 2020.
From April to December.
August 2020, he was running his campaign for Congress.
Yes, that's when he did the interview.
Okay,
that we watched.
Yeah, but when did he go to Russia? That's what we got to figure.
Yeah, that was back in the day, Pat. That was when they first got introduced. It was like, I think a few years before. So, and number 4, reason that Madison has a headache is because his handwriting looks like he's about 9 years old,
dude.
Yeah, and he spells thought THOT in business correspondence.
He doesn't know any better.
I got the fucking thing pulled up.
I see it.
Cam.
He spells it THOT.
Is there a Twitter of his handwritten correspondence? There has to be just a Twitter account of Cawthorn's handwritten correspondence because it's the worst. It's the absolute worst.
Apologies,
he's a child.
Apologies to anyone with physical handicaps, but his hands look more crippled than his legs with that writing.
Madison Cawthorn is a child who may have
his arms didn't develop either. That's the worst handwriting I've ever seen.
Yeah, he may have also married a Russian spy. So insult to injury there. And that was just one extra shot at Madison since he turned us down to come on the pod before. Yeah. Invite still stands. Come on the pod, Madison. And that's today's cup of coffee in the big time.
Come on the pod, you idiot.
Yeah. we know about the unsolicited dick pics, Madison. We know.
Yeah, we've heard.
We'll stop talking about him if you come on the show.
We may have allegedly. Come on the pod. Yeah. And that's today's cup of coffee in the big time, which is brought to you by ExpressVPN, something that Madison Cawthorn and Eric Swalwell should probably be using, so their search history isn't constantly being shipped to foreign spy agencies. Yeah. But I use it. All the Hard Factor hosts use it because we're smart. ExpressVPN is the best in the biz. That's why we use it. Best at what it does, which is protecting you from ISPs who log your internet activity, internet service providers, and then sell that data to other big tech companies and advertisers and whoever else might be looking for your browsing data. ExpressVPN is a simple app for your computer or smartphone that encrypts all your network data and tunnels it through a VPN server so that your ISP cannot see any of your activity, and therefore you're protected from your very specific search history, especially about exactly what kind of girls and what they look like you like being sold to the highest bidder, that kind of stuff.
Right. So, or like, is it treason to have accidentally married a Russian operative?
Yeah, you don't want that search either. before or after. You don't want either of those in the cloud.
She's so fit, though. She was very fit.
I mean, they always are, Mark. Just download the app.
Your Honor. I mean, she works out for a living.
Yeah.
Have you seen her butt? Just download the app, tap one button on your device, and you're protected. Phone, computer, it's very easy. And ExpressVPN does all of this without slowing your connection. That's why it's rated the #1 VPN service by CNET and The Verge. So stop handing over your personal data to ISPs and other tech giants who mine your activity and sell your information. Protect yourself with the VPN I trust to keep me private online. Visit expressvpn.com/hardfactor. That's expressvpn.com/hardfactor to get 3 extra months free. Wow, that's a deal. Go to expressvpn.com/hardfactor right now to learn more.
Hell yeah. All right, this next story is classic holiday stuff. You're going to be like, oh yeah, that's classic holiday stuff. That's holidays. I'm of course talking about how at times it can be stressful. Sometimes you fight with your family, even if you don't mean it. It's just that damn holiday tension, the busyness of it all, the travel, maybe some alcohol's involved, right? Which is exactly what happened probably with 29-year-old Dino Thomasetti of Brooklyn, New York, East Williamsburg to be exact, when he allegedly shot his 64-year-old mother, Vincenza Marciano Thomasetti, in the head and his 65-year-old father, Rocco Sr, in the back on Christmas morning in their $3.2 million mansion, and then fled in the 2017 Escalade his rich dad gifted him. Classic holiday family shit.
Should have got me the rims, Dad.
Yeah, and you thought you had it bad. Yeah, you thought you had it bad on the holidays. At least
he killed his parents on Christmas Day.
They somehow survived after surgery.
She survived getting shot in the head?
She was better off than the father, who was in critical condition. They're both going to survive. It must have been a bad shot.
Dino failed at that too, huh?
He did. Yeah. You thought your holidays were bad. At least you don't have a 29-year-old roided out bodybuilder relative shooting his parents on Christmas. Makes your fucked up cousin or kooky aunt look like a walk in the fucking park, right? So let's get into it. By the way, let's get some pictures up of Dino and the family. Here's Dino's parents who he shot. There's his beautiful mother and his father. She shot his beautiful mother in the head. Here's Dino.
Quite an age gap.
Here's Dino. Well, she's 64. She just looks great. He's 65. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Here's Dino lifting the shit out of some weights. Wow. I mentioned bodybuilding. Dino is in really good shape and takes a ton of roids, obviously. Yeah. So let's get into it because there's a lot to the story that we know, and there's a lot that we don't know yet. First of all, Rocco and Vincenza somehow survived the shooting. Like I said, to the head and the back, with Rocco's being more serious. They were taken straight to a hospital and went on surgery. They were conscious when they were taken to the hospital, and they're going to be okay. Dino, the son, was caught at 2 p.m. the same day on Christmas and apprehended without incident. All they had to do was track the GPS in his rich kid car, and they found him.
Probably at the gym. Had to get a pump.
Probably at the gym.
True.
Yeah, first, they didn't even really need to track the GPS. They could have just gone to the gym.
He only goes to a few locations.
Yeah, first
steroid dealer, the
nothing like that post-murder pump,
Nutri shop, and the gym.
And like a laser removal of hair and back any place. Yeah. That's the 3 places he could be. First, we're going to dive into Dino, and then we'll dive into his father and his father's father. Spoiler alert, we have another mafia family on our hands. If you couldn't tell by the names and location, Rocco and Dino Thomasetti in Brooklyn, New York. I mean, they aren't even trying to hide it. Might as well be named Rico and Capo Goomba. They're pretty obviously mafia'd up.
Yeah, it's the organized crime statute.
Yeah, Rico. Yay. But back to the prodigal son, Dino. He's an ex-college baseball pitcher at Hofstra, and he didn't quite make it to the big, so he decided to stop pitching and start lifting. So he turned into a bodybuilder, and the dude is clearly yoked, as you could see. We'll throw him back up there. Shirt's barely hanging on.
What a specimen.
Yeah. Do you even lift, bro? He does. He sure as shit does. In fact, he apparently is a personal trainer at Retro Fitness Gym, a couple of them, one in Brooklyn and one in Queens, where he has set a few records for guys under 250 pounds. He's about 240 pounds. He has a 725 pounds in the deadlift. He's got 625 pounds squat, 550 pounds bench press, and 2 parents shot.
Wow. Impressive stats.
That last part's not a record. Come on.
It's a record.
None of that, Jim.
That's right. No, I mean, you only have the 2. So, I mean, it's tied. It's tied for a record.
You can technically shoot him again, though.
Yeah.
They survived.
It's unclear why Dino.
Give me that, Mom.
Yeah, it's unclear why Dino, who is being held without bond in Bergen County Jail after he was, clearly found from the
Bergen County, in my county?
Bergen County. Yeah, he's in jail there without bond. They don't know why he shot his parents, although by the looks of him, he's going to be happy to tell everyone with ears why eventually. He's going to sing like a canary, that little shit, to get a deal. Think so? Oh yeah. Once he realizes he's fucked, he's going to explain why he did it for sure. There is now some hometown chatter. I can't, this is speculation from some inside sources we have that.
You got a little inside baseball here?
Little inside baseball. Maybe some of the motive was related to his nephew. Like his parents weren't letting him see his nephew on Christmas and stuff like that. That's total speculation. It could be anything, right? It could have been for their millions and millions of dollars. It could have been they didn't give him the right weight belt on Christmas that he asked for. Could have been, I wanted a Bowflex, and he got some other knockoff brand.
They could have insulted his calves.
Yeah, they could have insulted his calves or given him
that would really set things off.
Yeah, who knows?
He accused him of skipping leg day.
Did you notice he does wear the pants though? So he's an upper body guy. He's
an upper body guy. Well, he weighs 235 pounds and he looks like he should be about 400 pounds.
He does have his shorts on there. Okay.
If you've ever watched bodybuilder TikTok, you know that the fastest way to get under a yoked dude's skin is to walk up to them and say, hey, come see me about leg day. Okay, bro?
What was the squat again, Mark?
625, I think.
That's so pretty.
That's pretty good. 550 bench. You remember that one MTV show I Want to Be Made or one of those things? The one guy who was a bodybuilder.
True Life. I want the True perfect
Life.
Body.
He got calf implants and he was like, the whole show. He's like, if I could just get calf implants, I'd be the total package. I got the pecs, I got the traps,
but
I need the calf implants. Then I'll be the total package. Anyways, here's some people.
The shooter.
Yeah, Dino, no one knows why he did it yet. Maybe the cops did, but they're not releasing any information publicly. Some people that knew Dino were surprised that their former Hofstra teammate at Dino, Cody Olson, was surprised. He said, from what I knew of him, he was a gentle, harmless giant. He was a big, dumb idiot. That was nice. Or what about friend Michael Monstar, who said, Dino always trained hard and was aggressive inside the gym, but never, ever would I imagine him shooting his parents. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be friends with him, right?
Well, then why'd you include the first part of the statement?
Yeah, because he's an idiot. Or how about my favorite?
Real quotes.
Yeah, well, the last part's not real. But he said, I couldn't imagine him shooting his parents. I'm not friends with a lot of people I think would shoot their parents. Or how about my favorite? This is from a worker in Dino's building. They didn't specify if that's someone that is the help, or if it's Dino lives outside of the parents' mansion and it's someone that is a super or something like that. But a quote, anonymous worker in Dino's building who said this. He's a great guy. What can you do? I'm from the South Bronx. Shit happens every fucking day, man. Not much I can do about it. He did what he felt like he needed to do, I guess. So that guy didn't give a shit.
That's a real quote?
Yes,
he didn't give a name either, probably.
That's a direct quote.
Fucking quote, man.
That's a direct quote that he said he did what he needed to do, I guess. He did. That's how they roll in the South Bronx apparently.
That's where my mom's from.
What a piece of shit that guy is. That guy is also either capable of committing murder or already has, if he's just so nonchalant about double shooting.
Whatever,
sometimes people you got to do what you got to do. I don't know his reasons, but I'm sure he had them. Yeah. So let's move on to the family. So while the motive is not known yet, at least to the public, like I said, what is sure as shit known is that Dino's dad, Rocco, and his grandfather, Dino Sr., own a construction company dynasty and are mobbed up as shit. In fact, their mob ties are resurfacing now thanks to their dipshit meathead offspring shooting his parents. So Dino can probably expect to be killed in prison. Hopefully for his sake,
that's tough.
He can deadlift his insides back into his body after he's shanked because
I'll tell you what, my Uncle Joe, air conditioning Joe, operated an air conditioning business that worked in Manhattan, right, through 2 or 3 decades. And Joe did really well, but he also told me straight up, he's like, if you have any sort of contracting business whatsoever that operates in Manhattan, you pay the mafia. That's just it. He was paying the mafia in the 90s, in the early 2000s. You have to pay the mafia.
My family
he was He was doing the air conditioning at World Trade Center, and he was
my family's the Borgies from outside Philadelphia, and my great grandmother lived to 105. And at her 100th birthday, it was like The Sopranos. They put her on a giant seat, and Italians I'd never seen in my life came up and were kissing everyone on the cheeks. And my dad was like, "Stay away from that guy. Stay away from that guy. Stay away from that guy. That guy's mobbed up. That guy's mobbed up." I mean, it's just all over the East Coast, the major cities. The Italians are still there. They still.
And I'd imagine, Mark. Yeah. I would imagine. I don't know much about running a mob organization, but I would imagine shooting somebody on your own team and then bringing the cops into your shit is probably one of the worst things you can. It's the worst thing you can do.
And Rocco, his dad is like the son of the grandfather, Dino Sr, created the entire dynasty of the construction company. So he shot the son. His dad, like,
I don't know if you call it a dynasty. You need 3 generations for a dynasty.
Well, he is the 3rd generation.
Right, exactly.
He is the 3rd. Well, he has a brother who's carrying it on, I believe. Well, allegedly, I don't know. Look, the family's into some shit. In 2006, the New York Times wrote a long article chronicling the mafia ties that Dino Sr. had when he founded his construction company. The Thomasettis have faced several federal indictments for mob ties. In fact, Dino Sr.'s company. And Dino was banned from obtaining city contracts and stripped of special permits and fined for its part in a scheme with the Gambino crime family for illegally dumping construction debris in New Jersey and a bunch of other stuff. They Dino Sr. allegedly paid off union officials for over a decade to win contracts like Goldman Sachs and Bank of America's headquarters in the financial district near Ground Zero, which they also built the Freedom Tower, even though Dino Sr. was banned from the construction site, and his headquarters, the L'Aquila construction empire, was banned from winning it. He luckily had some offshoot companies, which he gave to his youngest son, Dino Sr., and his daughter, the rebarring and the walling and stuff for tens of millions of dollars for the Freedom Tower. So, I mean, this family has several huge construction companies in 3 generations worth of families offshooting, and they win enormous contracts in New York City. They build it, is the thing.
And Dino, rebarring?
Yeah. Whatever it is, rhubarbing. I don't know what.
Yeah, they make a ton of rhubarb.
It makes walls strong.
Rhubarbing.
When you rhubarb
the food. The rhubarb.
Rhubarb is the food. Yeah, the rebar.
Yeah. Well, the one with the metal thing.
The stuff.
The stuff. The things that makes the things. It's the Freedom Tower is delicious. But apparently Dino Sr., who was banned when he gave up and he let his kids run the other construction companies. He used to get driven around by Dino Jr. In a large black Cadillac or like whatever from site to site, and it was just like a scene from The Sopranos. This family,
nice.
And yeah, a black Lincoln Navigator. He would drive.
I guess Dino Jr.'s off that job. Good.
Well, no, this is his son. This was his Dino's uncle. There's a lot of Dinos in this. You got to follow the path.
I got you. So many.
You got to follow the path.
My bad.
Yeah, you got to follow the path. This is Rocco, who got shot's brother.
Right. I know Rocco got shot.
He had a brother, Dino, and then Rocco also had a son, Dino, and Rocco also has a son, Rocco. It gets very confusing.
Okay.
We're not allowed to talk about the connections to the show, or no, we shouldn't.
No, we didn't. We just have inside connections. Okay. We just said that we had inside sources mentioning the nephew and stuff like that, and baseball stuff. How he wanted to become. No, we shouldn't, because this family will kill you, Pat.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm a little bit worried. Yeah.
Associate of the show.
You're the closest. Pat's the closest, Thomasetti's.
Well, technically, but not in New Jersey. I'll tell you that. It's not my connection.
But Dino Sr. was an Italian immigrant, and he built the company, the L'Aquila company, and now they're just mobbed up. They've had racketeering charges in the past. They've been arrested for operating illegal waste sites. And here's a picture of the current generation of Thomasettis, including the shooter. Let me find them. There's Dino. Dino, the 3rd generation on the left, the shooter, 29-year-old Dino, looking puffy there. That was a weight gain cycle, I think. And then on the right is his brother Rocco. So I told you there's going to be another Rocco. And then in the middle,
Rocco Jr.
Yeah, Rocco Jr. And then in the middle is their sister Gina, whose first several boyfriends probably disappeared. Yeah. You don't want to date Gina.
They tried hard, though.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh, that's the riskiest person you could date in the state of New York is Gina Thomasetti.
But we can't talk about it. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, you don't want to date Gina Thomasetti. The Thomasettis are definitely a family you do not fuck with. They make that Jersey family with the wrestling coach dad that was operating a fake deli, money laundering, or fronting for a Chinese company look like the Partridge family. They're kind of like
my family.
Yeah, they kind of look like They reminded me of like the North version of the South Carolina family, the Murdochs, that like had generations of running that South Carolina town. That's the type of money we're talking about here. It's not millions, it's hundreds of millions. And you don't fuck with them. They have friends in high places.
Rocco Jr. is going to have some work on his hands. Sounds like
he looks capable. Rocco Jr.'s taller. He doesn't have to lift as many weights. He looks like he was the smarter one from the beginning.
Put him to work. He's gonna have to.
Rocco Jr.'s gonna have to convince his dad to not kill his brother. Is what's gonna have to happen.
That's a big ask because his dad's gonna be raring to go on that one.
To Dino's Eric Trump.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, but there's a good chance that the parents will just respect him, especially if he did it not in the back. You know what I mean? Because he did what he had to do. It's the
no chance, dude.
Luckily for
shot by one of your kids.
Luckily for 29-year-old Dino. Luckily for 29-year-old Dino, his grandfather is dead because his grandfather, who built the company with his immigrant hands,
Dino Sr.
would have rubbed him
already.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
Easily. I know that story is hard to keep up with because of all the Dinos and the Roccos. We need a family tree image to look at. We could probably ask the FBI for that. I think they can.
That family tree is probably made of linguine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Squiggly lines on there.
Pretty sure the FBI has a few of those on hands. The Thomasetti family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my macaroni chart out.
Oh, we should put in a FOIA for the dead grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah. FBI.
I'm going to be checking under my car for the next couple months.
No, I mean,
that story.
It's a good thing.
So that's why you said that your Italian family would be upset with you.
Yeah, because it's just, putting an emphasis. I mean, my Italian family is not mobbed up. It's like people they know have run into over the years. It's just, it's a black eye for it's a black eye for the Italians, Americans is what it is.
I mean,
the Thomasettis are not a shining light of Italian American culture.
All right. Well, watch out, Mark.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm a big tobacco guy. You know that about me. I dip, I chew. I've been dipping since, too long, a long time. And there are like a ton of alternatives these days for everything. There's faux meat, faux soda, but where are the high quality tobacco alternatives, right? If you're 21 or older and you dip or chew pouches or long cut, you have to try Black Buffalo. It's an alternative. And what makes Black Buffalo unique? Well, it's everything you love about dipping, including pharmaceutical grade nicotine, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. It's dip literally made from edible green leaves and food grade ingredients, right? So all the same flavors, texture, aroma, you get the same pack, same nicotine as traditional tobacco products. There's no compromise, and you get the same flavors. You can get wintergreen, mint, straight, peach, blood orange. You can get the pouches, as I said. You can get the long cut, whatever you dig. It's just not tobacco, technically, but it's got the nicotine. It's pretty cool. They sell all their products at blackbuffalo.com, and they have nicotine-free versions as well. Call them Zero. If you're trying to get off. You know what I'm saying? Born in the Midwest, raised in the South, Black Buffalo proudly manufactures their products right here in the Estados Unidos. And the Black Buffalo's founders, they looked high and low for tobacco alternatives across the U.S. They even looked overseas. Yuck. But nothing delivered the same satisfaction or high quality that they were looking for. So they said, fuck it, let's make our own, right? But don't take our word for it. Black Buffalo's quality is insane. They were 2021's best new product at the CSP Awards and the C-Store Decisions Hot New Products Award winner for 2021. So tobacco alternatives with nicotine, with food grade level cut is pretty insane, pretty different, and it's absolutely worth it. I would get on this train. It's worth a try for sure. Same flavor, different experience, if you know what I'm saying. So get on it. You got to be 21 and up, though. That's the deal.
That's right.
So
if you're one of the 10 million people that are 21 and up and that dip tobacco, consider making the switch to Black Buffalo. It's everything you love about dipping, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. So go to blackbuffalo.com and use the promo code HARDFACTOR. That's one word, HARDFACTOR, at checkout, and you can get 25% off your first order, which is a great deal.
It is. Best deal you'll find. This jumpsuit, this tracksuit is going to take dipping to Black Buffalo to a new level.
Whole new
Talk
level.
about relaxation.
Yeah. You're not even going to need a spit bottle there. You're just going to do it on the floor, and your wife's going to say, "Oh, okay, whatever you say, boss."
You lean back in a comfy
maybe on a
chair.
plate. Yeah.
You're going to feel like you're on a cloud.
A plate is the most hardcore thing to spit into. I love spitting on a plate. Guys, the best offer you'll find out there. You have to use the promo code HARDFACTOR for 25% off your first order. One last time, that's HARDFACTOR, 25% off your first order. HARDFACTOR, one word. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. All right, guys,
you're going to want your spit plate.
Dude, spit on a plate is hard.
That
I
comes
love
in.
that, man. That's freaking awesome. Let's go international, boys.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
I'm just going to stretch out real quick because my feet are asleep because I'm on the floor of your sister's bedroom. It
Nice.
looks like. Guys, this let's take it to England first. This is not Queen Elizabeth's year, okay? The 95-year-old monarch has been reportedly ill over the last couple of months, and she's been at the top of a number of celebrity death pools, specifically those of one of my clairvoyant co-hosts.
She's about to be deader than a Thomasetti villain or victim.
Talking to you, Mark. Yeah, Mark called it. Queen Elizabeth is the next to die in the celebrities of 2022.
Sorry.
And he might have been right, guys, because I think he called it about a week ago. And yeah. Queen Elizabeth
Immediately they were like, she's hiding, or that she's already dead. There was a rumor.
She got dangerously close to death over Christmas. Right, because a 19-year-old British teen armed with a crossbow scaled the walls of Windsor
Hard
Castle.
factor listener.
Yep. Well, there's no word whether he's disabled.
He can't be because he's a crossbow user. No.
Right.
Yeah,
Or he just
that's
thinks
true.
crossbows are sick. He could be disabled. We don't know. Could be, yeah. Who knows?
If he is a listener, he hates me, and I don't want you to like me. All right,
But-
Mr. Crossbow.
He scaled the walls with a deadly gift for the Queen on Christmas, and luckily, guys, for the crown, God did save the Queen as Jaswant Singh Chahal was apprehended by Castle Guard around 8:30 a.m. on Christmas morning, and when news made it to the royal family that there'd been a failed attack on the Queen, Prince Charles was reportedly, understandably disappointed. Guys, the would-be assassin posted a video to Snapchat minutes before he executed his plot, claiming that the plot to assassinate the Queen was as revenge for the 1919 Armistar massacre, which saw 379 protesters killed and 1,200 wounded in India by British forces, which the unborn Queen Elizabeth orchestrated personally.
Right. That guy holds a grudge.
He really does. Yeah, she was -6 at the time, or -7, excuse me. Guys, here's a clip of the Snapchat video in which Chill went a little heavy on the reverb effect, if you ask me. When you're trying to get a message across,
Yeah, make
usually
sure the vocals are clear.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done and what I will do. I will attempt to assassinate Elizabeth, Queen of the Royal Family. This is revenge for those who have died.
He's not underwater.
19 Charlie and Violet Bag massacre.
No, he's just standing there.
This is
Also
weird.
revenge for those who have been killed, humiliated, and discriminated upon because of their race. I'm an Indian Sikh, a Sith. My name was Jaswant Singh Chahal.
What?
My name is Darth James.
You can never hear.
We don't know what your name
Did he
is.
say his name is Darth Jameis?
Darth
He did say that. Okay,
James.
so here's what he says, guys. He says, I'm an Indian Sikh, a Sith, and he's dressed kind of like a Sith, I guess.
Sith
from Star
Lord?
Wars. Yeah. My name is Jaswant Singh Chahal. My name is Darth Jones, right? He also said,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He gave himself a Sith name?
Yeah. Big Star Wars guy.
A
Hence the
fucking
crossbow.
loser.
Yeah. He said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done and what I will do. I will attempt to assassinate Elizabeth, Queen of the Royal Family. And to that I say, guys, talk about setting yourself up for failure. This guy needs to read TB12. I mean, do you think Tom Brady sets out to attempt to win the
No.
Super Bowl?
No.
Or he sets out to win the fucking Super Bowl?
No,
Right?
and Tom Brady's
Sets out to
not going to
win,
release a video with that audio.
Yeah, I'm going to
No,
attempt
he-
to assassinate the
he
Queen.
looks
You're
like-
never going to win.
Such a JV like terrorist in that video.
He
Like,
reminds me of the terrorist from that movie Four Lions.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Yeah.
like a comedy terrorist.
Yeah, he's like trolling. Was it a troll? Like
He's mentally ill. He's a mentally ill 19-year-old. I mean, obviously, he's trying to assassinate a woman who wasn't.
Oh well,
born.
lock this freak up. This is a
Yeah.
nut cake. Get him out of here. Yeah, I mean, like, hey,
Terms fruitcake over there.
Yeah,
Will.
it's
whatever.
fruitcake day again for the third time over here.
in England, it's fruitcake day every day. Get
He's
this
locked
guy
up.
out of there.
He's locked up. Let's go north to Ireland, guys. A blowhard Irish lawyer lost a landmark case this week. Finally decided against his employer. Tariq Mohammed sued the Crown Prosecution Service for England and Wales, the service for which he was a prosecutor, for harassment, claiming that he was discriminated against because of his disabilities. See, Tariq had a heart attack back in 2014, and since then he's had to take medication for his heart condition, which apparently has had some undesirable side effects, specifically for Paul McGorry, with whom Tariq shared a workspace, a small office specifically, which is why on one occasion, after reportedly repeated incidents of excessive and potent flatulence in, quote, the quiet room, that the prosecutor, Paul McGorry, turned to his colleague and said, quote, "Do you have to do that, Tariq?" To which Tariq replied, "Yeah, I do. It's due to my medication."
That's the worst.
And
He couldn't help it.
He couldn't help
That's the
farting.
worst. There's people in offices like this who claim it's a medical condition and they just
Stop
fart in the
farting.
open.
He
Yeah.
couldn't stop farting.
Yep.
Tariq was asked if he could step outside to do it, and Tariq replied that he could not.
Yeah.
He
I bet
He
he
doesn't
did.
know. He doesn't know when it's going to come, and it's so fast that he can't get outside. It really comes
Tariq,
quick.
come on, Tariq, man. Just
Why don't they should set up a space for him to work outside? Maybe.
Well, they kind of did, Mark. Here's what happened, Tariq. So Tariq and Paul and the rest of the cats are all sharing an office, and Tariq just keeps ripping them. He can't stop, and it didn't stop there. And I'm not talking about the farting or the alleged discrimination. Tariq's colleagues, guys, were reportedly so offended with his prolific practice that they threw away his water bottles and asked him to work 1 day a week at an office 100 kilometers away.
They sent him to a different office.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I guess 100 kilometers was about as far of a range as Tariq had.
Yeah,
they
fuck
knew
Tariq.
they'd be safe.
Fuck Tariq. They should have fired his ass. What the fuck is this about?
That's fucked up. Sending him to another office.
No, it's not.
No, I mean for the other office. It sucks.
Oh no, he's got to be alone. You send him to the annex. It's like sending him to the shed. You know,
They threw away his water bottles, I guess, so he couldn't take some medication.
it's like put him in the doghouse.
People at
Literally.
the other office like, is there anything we need to know about Tyreek?
No, he's
Nope.
great. You love Tariq, guys.
Does he prefer anything or?
In February 2016,
No, he's a pretty normal worker.
Tariq was moved to a different team, and he was also relieved of his court duties, which he alleges was due to his wild windbreaking.
Mhm.
And Tariq claimed that the comment from his colleague Paul McGorry was embarrassing and violated his dignity, but the court sided with the people.
Certainly
on this
did.
one. Yeah, guys, the court sided with the people, commenting that it was not unreasonable to
it's
ask Tariq to stop farting.
No.
Quote, when there had been repeated incidents of flatulence in a small office.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree
no.
with the court and the people on this one. I mean, if you have to fart constantly, you need to find a job where you're not around people.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
It's common sense. But I have seen before where people are like, no, my farting is just that's how I live. And then you're like, and you have to be like, okay, well, that's
No,
how
you
live.
haven't. You've run into that scenario before?
Yeah, dude, people are
At the office.
weird. People are fucking weird.
Oh
Like
my
with
God.
in HR scenarios, people are weird about their personal habits at their desks. Yeah.
We should get. Oh man,
I tried. Well, Tariq has a LinkedIn, but he's got no photos. He's scrubbed himself of the internet.
Who was the
Yeah,
guy
because
who-
now
who was-
everybody knows he farts. Like he's like, this is the kind of thing. Like
This
he's
is like
been,
the guy who used to call in, Jack the Ripper.
Tariq's been bullying people with this, like, it's a medical condition. I fart in your face because it's a medical condition his whole life. And he never got called on it
Yeah.
until finally this office called him on it. It became national news. And now he's paying the fucking piper on doing this, bullying people with his fucking made up flatulence issue that he's been pushing on
Well,
everybody forever.
The made up part is that he can't like step outside. Like
Right. They bullied him in the most British way, saying, Tariq, do you have to do that in here?
can you take a step outside the door?
And Tariq literally said, no, I can't take a step outside. I can't. So then they said, all right,
I hope
Tariq,
he
once a
farted
week,
well.
you got to work a fucking 100 kilometers
Good
away.
for them.
And they threw his water bottles away.
Because the water was activating the farts.
I mean,
He's not allowed to drink at the office.
Fucking Tariq's coming in again. You're just
He can't-
watching
he's
Tariq
not allowed
eat lunch.
He's not allowed to
stressed
eat.
out.
Yeah, he's not allowed to eat in the office. He can't.
Pat, did you say a judge ruled this or a
judge
jury?
ruled. No,
Okay. Between the British judges and then the juries in America, the courts are doing pretty okay this last couple months.
Yeah, my brother, who's an employment lawyer, read this and said it would have gone the other way in the States. But
that's fucked up. I don't ever want to hear about this in America.
The farting's allowed in the States. He said.
There's a lot of workers' rights. I'm telling you, and people are like, "That's me. That's just me."
Look,
and it's like,
if you fart accidentally a few times a year, you shouldn't even get called out for it if it's an accident and you feel bad. But if you're ripping them 5-10 times a day,
you're looking a colleague in the eye, and saying you got to deal with it. Right, I'm not changing a thing. I'm sorry, man.
And in the quiet room,
and they'll be like, "You got to take me to the supervisor
in the prosecutor's office of Wales." All right, guys, let's kick it back over to the UK. We're keeping it UK all day here. A 57-year-old bus driver, y'all, is hopping mad. She is absolutely hopping mad after she claims she was fired from her job driving a bus after 34 years for being too short. Yeah, so Tracy Scholes decided to blow the whistle after she was given just 12 weeks to vacate her seat because the wing mirrors on the vehicles, right, of the bus she was driving were repositioned. And now the union is claiming that she's unable to reach the pedals while using the new wing mirrors at the same time. So it's pretty upsetting. Did you guys get that too short reference I put in there? I thought that was pretty
Scholes?
Good. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
Oh, too short.
Too short, the rapper. Come on.
Nice.
Someone
that was tough, but it's good. It's deep.
It's okay. Yeah.
Deep cut.
Yeah, guys, Tracy's just 5 feet tall, but when she started driving back in 1987, she was at least 5'2". And the Unite Union claims that Tracy was told that she's no longer capable to drive the bus safely, and that she was offered an alternative role at the company, but for less hours and less pay. Okay. Which I think is kind of fucked up. As part of the fight for Tracy,
but she shrunk, so
I don't know that she shrunk. Will, I was just saying that probably.
No, the bus just got bigger.
The bus didn't get bigger. They changed the mirrors.
Yeah, they changed the mirrors.
If you shrink on the job, is that grounds for reducing pay?
It's a great question.
Shrinking on the job. If your job requires your height,
they say it
touching
does.
the pedals.
They say she needs the neck length to see the mirrors.
But now this is different though, because they extended the bus.
Right, but hold on. Also, Will's got a good point here. Because if you shrink on the job,
I mean,
part of the reason probably is because you're giving your all to that job. You know what I mean? Can you?
Yeah, but it also means your body's not reliable.
Yeah, no, they can offer you another job for less pay. If
your heart's in
the job. That's fair.
But yeah,
but if you don't shrink on the job and they make the job dimensions bigger around you, I don't think that's fair.
Right. Well, yeah. So Tracy says she kept showing up to work, and the number of buses that she could drive as they upgraded the mirrors on the buses slowly kept shrinking and shrinking. So I feel like maybe they're forcing Tracy out. I don't know.
They had this Tracy line.
They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to force her out of the job.
They did have a Tracy line. Will.
Yeah.
Line
there was
94.
Just a couple. There was like 3 buses. Then 2.
The Tracy. That's what they called him. Because as part of the fight for Tracy to keep her job, her colleagues have started a petition, which is now more than 1,700 signatures, which is a big difference from when she started in 1987. And she was met with what she describes as a frosty disposition from her colleagues who weren't happy that a lady was joining the ranks of the bus drivers. There wasn't even a female's restroom. Tracy said, quote, "This is heartbreaking. I'm a widow with 3 children, a house, and a mortgage, and it's nearly Christmas. It's like I work for Barstool Sports or something."
Oh, rim shot.
Rim shot. Yeah, there you go. I'm just kidding. They pay my kids' health care. Pretty happy about that. Guys, she added, "I'm flabbergasted that they can just get rid of me after 34 years. I love my job. I don't want to lose it. I have regular customers and a regular route." And I feel for Tracy. I think this is unfair.
Well, look, I do want her to get equal pay, but like, is it really, if the bus already went ahead and upgraded, is it really safe? Like, are the 1,700 signatures from her passengers or her coworkers?
No, her colleagues.
Yeah,
her bus drivers.
Do you really want to get on the bus with this short lady when she's going to kill all of you?
I do. I'll tell you what. I
want to ride with her.
She's got 34 years experience.
Yeah, but she can't see the mirrors.
Mark.
She can't use the mirrors.
Mark, she's got more she's got more than that in intangibles, which is she's a bus driver that came through the COVID pandemic. Bus drivers have been fucked over worse than probably anybody in this whole thing.
Sure.
Because unlike teachers, like they didn't get to go home and stop like for a while. They had to keep going, and they're getting breathed on by everybody every fucking day. So like bus drivers are rare commodity that she could make it through the pandemic. They should.
Will it's when she could see and use the pedals at the same time. Well, that's the only thing they can do. I'm saying if all of the buses get these new extended side mirrors where she can't see what's on her left or her right while touching the pedals, then she needs to go. Sorry, she can't just kill everyone.
Can't they figure it out? Give her an extra.
That's
mirror?
what I say, Will, or maybe not upgrade one bus just for Tracy.
That's what Will's saying. Just leave the Tracy bus.
That's what I say. But
give her one Tracy.
Yeah, no, guys, they're not doing that. They're forcing Tracy out.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty sad if you ask me, guys. Pretty sad indeed.
It is.
So if you want to do something about that, well, look, whatever. I write them as I seize them. I do want to put an honorable mention in here, which we'll probably cover tomorrow. It's not in the UK, but it is in the United States. A volleyball instructor from Iowa got busted for banging a 17-year-old student.
Whoa.
But the way that they met is the student thought she was hot, so backed into her car to meet her. Damn. Which I thought was just such a sick move.
Well, I mean, the student shot the shot.
Yeah, crashing your car into someone you think's cute's car is the move.
I've got it. It is. We've done that before. I've got one from Germany too that I'm holding out on to see if I win the dice game today.
Oh, and some stories runneth over this week. There's a Space Mountain we got to get to. Speaking of that, you guys ready for the friggin' dice?
Blow the whistle. Oh, Tracy blew the whistle on herself, by the way. She told supervisors I'm having
that she couldn't see. Yeah. I can't drive the bus safely anymore because I'm short.
Tracy.
Yeah. Come on, Tracy. You got to do better. All right. Time for the dice.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, both with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50.
Oh,
get it.
Oh,
you don't get it?
She robbed them.
Yeah, I mean, but probably he paid her. You know what I mean?
Sex.
Yeah, I don't think any of us get it technically.
Nah, he paid her. You know, yeah, she's.
But that's a great joke. Can have many interpretations.
Little Miss Muffet, sit on my tough fit. Oh, he does all the nurseries.
All right, I think she got the money. You know, because she
fucked them.
Yes,
she has ways to get it.
She robbed him.
All right, robbed him or she bagged him.
Rolling for cup of coffee in the big time first. Here we go. Oh, who's off tomorrow?
Me.
So that's me, right? I got
cup of coffee. The big time is Mark.
Yes,
tomorrow.
So the other option is 3 or 5 for TikTok.
3 or 5. TikTok. Here it comes. TikTok is Wes.
Oh, Wes. Sorry, yeah. Wes is 5.
5.
Boom.
So Will be bringing you a Space Mountain. Almost certainly. Almost certainly be taking it to space. But we'll see. Maybe something else. Who knows what the future holds? Pat, what else you got for us?
Have a great fucking day.